The YouTube channel Popcorn Planet is facing a lot of controversy right now, especially after a video that they posted 22 hours ago, where Andy put in the basically put in the title that they had information from a recognizable and well-reputed source about the names on a Diddy tape, and it was partnered up with this thumbnail right here saying "I know who's on the tapes," and they posted it. And they have been getting an insane amount of backlash off the back of the title. The original title to this video was how he said he knows that the celebrities on the tapes are, and if he was going to out them. So that was the original title, but he has since changed the title, and we can see over on this little graph here from vidIQ, which is a really good tool to see. We can see title changes. Diddy tapes, lawyer explains why we can't reveal who is on the freak-off tapes. So that was obviously what the title was changed to, but not before getting in 23,000 views, which obviously you can see pushed it right up the algorithm, and then obviously the title change. That's not, I don't think that Andy waited that long intentionally to get it into the algorithm, but ultimately the initial title did push it into the algorithm. As you can see, the grey box would be how his videos would typically perform, and the blue line is how this video performed. So it is it's averaging about 8,000 views above average, which is going to push it really far into the algorithm because a lot of people are watching this. Anyway, he then changed the title to, obviously, Diddy Tapes Lawyer Explains Why I Can't Reveal It, all the rest of it. And in the description, he even changed his description to say, thumbnail images are satire created by Adobe Photoshop and artificial intelligence artwork. And then even went as far again as to post a pinned comment which says, insanely shocked at how many of you are mad at me for not outing the victims who were drugged and or abused by Diddy. You all want names, even if they didn't consent. The video explains with an expert why you aren't getting the names. Facepalm, shameful. Also, many of you need to look up the term clickbait. This video in the is what the title says. If you want to unsubscribe for having morals and being transparent, well then, adios. Watch my video response, and then we'll take a look at that in just a moment. But, I mean, the response that Andy gave wasn't the greatest, in my honest opinion. Like, I'm a real big fan of Popcorn Planet. I really like his content. When I started out on this channel, Andy was one of the channels that I really looked up to for inspiration and ideas and how to format the videos and all the rest of it. He was like he still is really good, don't get me wrong. But in this instance, it's a bit on the side of kind of blaming the audience as opposed to taking accountability for the title. I mean, if the original title says that you know the names, people are going to watch your video with the interest of finding out the names. Now, in Andy's opinion, clickbait comes down to doing something or writing a title that doesn't give you what it says, which to a degree is right. But the idea of that's the click side. The bait side is saying something that's obviously going to reel your audience in. And, ever since the Diddy freak-off tapes became common knowledge, people have always speculated about who was involved with the freak-off tapes. And then for, Andy to create then a video stating, I know who's on the freak-off tapes. Even in the thumbnail, we can see right here, I know who's on the tapes. It insinuates that you're going to be sharing that information within your video, which makes people click, but you just have to scroll through the comments. I lost respect for this channel. They use the words, we are ethically and morally better, but you choose a YouTube video title that is just clickbait just to get views in exchange for money. What is ethical and moral about that? People talking about how they've unsubbed and all the rest of it. I just got a reply from Andy calling me a sicko for a comment I made about him clickbaiting. I mean, there's probably more to the story about this, but obviously, with controversies like this, it's all about the response. If Andy responds, right, and makes a video and says, look, guys, maybe I was a bit overboard with my title. I didn't think about how I wanted to word it, but I've changed it, and I do apologize if anyone was misled by the original title, but I hope the new one reflects the content of the video. That would, a lot of people would look at that and be like, actually, fair enough. We all make mistakes. Yeah, it wasn't a great title to begin with, but at least he's made the change and he's addressed the situation. Instead, he's basically gone on this rampage in his comment section on a video on a YouTube short, being like, yeah, this is your fault. It's your fault that you took this way. And I don't know, it just doesn't kind of sit right. But if you scroll through the comments, it's just all about unsubbing for clickbait. From my understanding, for the viewers, the title of the video, you had the names of the culprits, not the victims. That is why people thought you were going to tell it, not the victims, the culprits. I think he knows what people thought, and he knew that, hence the original title. I'm late, what was the original title? No one's actually responded to that just yet. Then why post about it? Maybe I'm confused. If you're not going to say the names, then there's no need to watch this video. Popcorn Planet said, you watch this and still want the name of the celeb drugged and filmed and the consent? Sick. I mean, I understand where he's coming from with this, obviously, but people like want to know who's involved. And if you're going to... I don't know. The way that this reads to me is if you're going to state in a title that you've got the names, then it looks like you're going to drop the names, and that's what everyone is intrigued about. Stop wasting my time with the clickbait. Clickbait disappointing from you. You have the right to not tell, but why is that? Because I want to be transparent and explain why they are victims. You know, they're not victims if they continue to hang out with them after the fact. You don't know what else they've done to those parties and who they've done it to. Victims become predators if they don't get the help or therapy. I mean, that you have to take from that what you want. If you weren't going to say who it is, then why did you make this video? You could have kept it to yourself. You do this one more time and I'll be unsubscribing. Isn't it considered blackmail? I have the tape of you doing things you may not want others to see. Pay me dollars so you don't do the tape, or else blah, 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 basically. Didn't the Kardashians, all the rest of it. So yeah, clickbait. You have tons of people telling you this video is unnecessary. I hope you start to listen to your audience, Andy. How is it clickbait? It's exactly what the title says. My point is, just don't say anything at all. Keep that information to yourself until you can legally tell us. I watch you every day, but I found this disappointing. Allegedly is the word of the day. You know, the comment section aren't taking this particularly well. So Andy did respond to this in a YouTube short, which is now made unlisted. So the only way that you can see that this response video is if you click on the link. It was originally out for everyone, but now it's only unlisted, which means you can only see it if you've got the link. But Popcorn Planet is clickbait false in brackets. That's the title of this short.
A lot of you need to look up what the term clickbait actually is. Clickbait means you're lying. And in my last video, a lot of you guys got really mad because I said I know who's on the tapes. I do, and I delivered that in the video, but I wish you guys would actually watch the video, because in the video, I brought in a lawyer, an expert, to explain why we shouldn't reveal the names. And all of you guys are so mad that I'm not saying the names, but you gotta understand why I'm not saying the names. And I thought the video was important because I'm struggling. I'm struggling because I wanna be transparent with you guys. I gotta let you guys know what I'm talking about, the sources I have, but why I also have to be careful in what I'm reporting, and why you all should be careful too, because this channel stands for victims. And many of the people on these tapes, these names you're all demanding, are victims. And I think a lot of you are losing focus of that, and I wish you would see that part of it instead of just rage that you've been clickbaited, because you weren't. You're just mad you're not getting names, and that's on you.
So yeah, again, this is something... I see it from both sides, right? As a content creator and as a viewer. As a content creator, obviously, you want to draw in as many viewers as possible. That's the aim of the game. That is the game of YouTube. So you make your title and your thumbnail as appealing as possible for the viewer so that they want to come and watch your video. But there is an incredibly fine line between stretching the truth just enough to make it enjoyable and watchable and make it enticing, and taking it too far and making it clickbait, right? So, I mean, the comment section on this was, you know, well, people are just, no one's kind of lapping it up, really. Andy, my video wasn't clickbait. Also, Andy, changes the title of the video so it isn't clickbait. Clickbait doesn't mean lying. It means baiting. You baited us. And, you know, that's kind of the consensus. Remind me of Amber Heard's gaslighting. I mean, people are claiming now that Andy was trying to gaslight the audience into basically being like, This wasn't my fault that you feel like you've been clickbaited. That's on you. You feel like you've been clickbaited, so I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I've done nothing wrong. And that's kind of, I mean, look, did you just gaslight us? I thought it was clickbait too. It was literally clickbait. If it wasn't clickbait, then why did you change the title? I'm more like, I know something that you don't know, na. I listened to the video, the pic has, I know who's on the tapes. That is a teaser / clickbait. You cross the fine line with that heading. It's clickbait, bro, bye. And this is gaslighting. I mean, again, it's all about the response, and the response from Popcorn Planet here wasn't the greatest in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, I watched this video hoping to find names and was equally as, this is why I'm making the video, because I was equally as disappointed to have not seen the names of the victims, because ultimately the tape is the problem with the tapes is there were multiple tapes allegedly from Diddy, tapes of the victims and also tapes of the people that were involved with Diddy within that little circle that he had. And, you know, ultimately, no matter which way you swing it, the video kind of alluded to sharing names about who was involved with the freak-offs and stuff, whether it be the alleged victims or whether it be the alleged accusers. You know, but there we go. What do you guys think? Have you seen Andy's video? Did you think it was clickbait, or do you think it was fair? I mean, after the title got changed, it was a little bit better, but it's still not great. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button, and until next time, I'll speak to you later.